Welcome back to Miwa Japanese Kitchen. I love quick and easy recipes and my kids are huge fan of noodles. If you guys are someone like us, I got you covered in this video. We are whipping up stir-fry udon noodle, which is also known as Yakiudon in Japanese. One pork and veggie version and one vegan version. Both comes out less than 10 minutes. As usual, I'll be showing 3 tips throughout the video, so stay with me. The exact measurement is on my web. There are more than 140 quick and easy Japanese home cooking recipes. They are kids friendly and moreover totally free to look at. Alright, let's hop into the pork and veggie noodle. I need 1/6 of cabbage, separate the stem and leaf, and for the stem part, shred into strips. And for the leaf part, just roughly chop them up. Stem part takes longer to cook, and by cutting into different thickness allow you to cook them evenly at the same time. Next, shred the carrot thinly, about 1 cup worth of chopped carrot. I want the carrot to be really thin so that it will be cooked in no minutes. Thinly slice the leek, probably about a 1/4 inch thick. I'm using white part only. You can always use onion, shallot, scallion as a substitution. Slice garlic thinly. As you can see, all the vegetables are quite thin and small. This is actually the tip number 1. As you cook vegetable longer, more moisture will seep out. That moisture will cause your yakiudon to be mushy and sticky. Keep the vegetable into small pieces to cook everything fast and even. Next, I have a 50 gram of pork belly slices cut into bite-sized pieces.
So you can use chicken, pork mince, even tofu works in this recipe. So for udon noodle, it comes in the different varieties. You find them dry or refrigerated or the frozen like this. And I got a frozen one for today because I like the chewy texture and I'm going to pre-cook before I stir fry them.
Microwave them at 600 watt for 2.5 minutes to pre-cook. Then drizzle some oil and mix udon to cold. In a way, the udon won't stick each other. And this is tip number 2. By pre-cooking your udon, it will shorten your cooking time in a pan. If you put frozen one directly into your pan, the temperature will drop down dramatically and it will take more time to cook through your veggies. That means more moisture of veggie will come out and again ends up mushy. As the same reason, I don't recommend to put too much veggies. I rather add extra fresh herbs as a garnish. And for the sauce, mix rice wine, soy sauce, and oyster sauce. If you don't have oyster sauce, hoisin sauce are a good substitution. The prep is ready, and I have a big non-stick pan. You can also use the wok or cast iron pan. Heat the pan over mid-high heat. In goes pork belly. I didn't add oil because the pork naturally released some oil. I don't want it to be too greasy, but if you're leaving the pork out or if you start to see anything sticking at the bottom, please drizzle some oil. Once the pork to be nice and brown, which took me about 1.5 minutes, then in goes carrot, leek, and stem of cabbage. Season with pinch of salt and pepper and cook them over mid-heat for another 2 minutes. Add the leaf part of cabbage, udon noodle, and sauce. And make sure to scrape off all the yummy sauce. Cook them for another 1 minute over high heat. And this is tip number 3. You want to keep it high heat once you add the udon noodle to evaporate the excess moisture. It will get burnt easily, so stir them continuously. I want a vegetable to retain the texture. And as a finishing touch, drizzle some toasted sesame oil, which I forgot to do. Toasted sesame oil is optional. If you don't want it to be too greasy, then totally omit this process. And time to plate. How quick is that? Serve generous amount of your udon noodle and followed by aonori seaweed and some chopped spring onion and bonito flakes if you want to. And actually, bonito flakes are not optional. This is my favorite. And dinner is served. So easy but very addictive. This one always hits the spot in my family. And moving on to the vegan version, it's pretty much the same step, but I'm introducing unique vegan protein source, which is dry tofu. We also call it koya tofu in Japanese. You can find this in the pantry section where you find the dried stuff. The dry tofu is pretty hard and dry as is. For the prep, we soak them into the water for 2 minutes and squeeze the excess water. Then it comes out like this, almost like a spongy. It won't be crumble at all. Slice them out thinly. Koya tofu is like a natto. Some people love it, but the other one hates it. So I like it, but kids hate it. So let me know what you think in the comment section. And for veggies, I'm just gonna go through the same process as previous one. Cut cabbage, carrot, leek, and garlic. And one additional veggie is a shiitake mushroom to boost more flavor. But of course, you can use any vegetable you have on hand. Chinese chives, onion are my favorite.
You don't want to toss this stem of shiitake mushroom. You can actually shred it like this and then put it into the noodle, or you can keep this and then just use it for the soup stock later.
For the sauce, mix soy sauce, rice wine, and gochujang paste. I used gochujang in vegan miso ramen video, which I linked on the box below in case you are looking for more cozy vegan noodle ideas. In a non-stick pan, add 1 tablespoon of any high heat oil, then engulf vegetable first. Then season with a pinch of salt and cook them over mid-high heat until they start to sweat. It took me about 1.5 minutes. Then add dry tofu and leek part of cabbage, which I forgot again, and add udon noodle, which has been pre-cooked, and toss with some oil. Then drizzle sauce. Try to drizzle sauce over the noodle. Dry tofu is like a spongy, so it will tend to soak up all the sauce. We want the noodle to be coated with the sauce first and continue to cook over high heat by combining everything. It will take you about another 1 to 2 minutes, and drizzle some toasted sesame oil off the heat and transfer onto the plate. Everything comes out very quickly, so you want to finish prepping before you start to cook on the stove. And sprinkle some chopped spring onion and toasted sesame seed. And I love spicy, so I'm going to sprinkle Japanese 7 spices. That's it. And for the extra spiciness, I love to enjoy with the sriracha hot sauce. Noodles are chewy, but the vegetables are still very crunchy. When you bite, you can enjoy the both texture at the same time. So not only tasty, but also quite enjoyable sensation. My picky kids eat almost all the vegetable except for the mushroom, but I was pretty happy overall. 10 minutes, minimum ingredients, what is not to love? If you like this easy tasty noodle video, please like and subscribe, share with your friends and family. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Bye bye, mata ne!